Kevin McCarthy is the House Minority Leader, soon-to-be Speaker, who joins me now. So you're looking at that interview. What's going through your mind?
Well, I'm wondering what's going through the big guy's mind, because think about how he answered. He thought inflation meant nothing. You know what 8.3% that he argued about? That's an entire month's wages. So what he just did to every family in America, he took one complete month away from you. So now you've got to pay for everything with only making 11 months. And he thought it didn't move very much. He didn't talk about the border. What has he done since he's been in office? Almost 3.6 million people have come across that border. That's more than 3 times the size of his state as Delaware. He is so out of touch. Didn't talk about crime and thought he had done a really good job. In what way? He's created these problems and he has no plan to fix them.
When you hear him say, I don't really know if I'm going to run again, does that factor into your calculation as the leader of House Republicans?
Look, what factors into my calculation is we've got to put a plan out for a new direction in this country. That's what we're going to do Friday with the commitment to America. Because think about it. You've got inflation created by the Democrats' policy of their renewing of America, where only Democrats passed for it. Even Steve Ratner, the Democrat advisor to Obama, calls it the original sin of inflation. Why is crime at a 20-year high? Because they defunded the police and they elect these prosecutors who don't hold the law. They've opened up the border where now fentanyl is the #1 killer to those 18 to 45. So every single day in America, a complete airliner crashes with poisoning Americans. That's the equivalency of what he has done.
Does it make you nervous, Kevin McCarthy, when the White House is constantly walking back the commander-in-chief, clarifying what the president has to say? Like, what he tells you isn't really the policy of the U.S. government. Does that worry you at all?
It worries a great deal, because who is it then? And what is more concerning, not just to America, but what does it say to the rest of the nations? He can't send a clear message. But this isn't the first time he's done this. Almost every time he's talked about China and Taiwan, the White House has walked it back. But look at for the last 40 years. Even Secretary Gates said every decision he has made in the foreign policy has been wrong. But what does that mean? It cost us 13 Gold Star families because of the decisions he made in Afghanistan instead of listening to his family. It worries me as an American, but it worries me more so for the nation as a whole. What is he doing? The problems he is causing and what he is saying. Why are they putting him out there? Why are they allowing this to continue to happen?
All right. Well, when I switch parties and primary Joe Biden as a fake Democrat, I hope I can count on your support.
I think there's going to be a lot of people running against him.
Okay. We'll see about that. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.